What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my Spit Knowledge series, stuff like that. I want to talk about a couple of topics today that's been burning my mind these last couple of days, weeks. First I want to talk about is like this gay rapper signing to Young Money. This is something that I've been trying to avoid and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just keep hearing about it, like really though. It's just, see, there's this cat, right, that's named Fly Young Rats, something like that. And like, I don't know, it's like, this is what hip hop has really come to these days. Having like a gay rapper, like, look, trust me, I don't have a problem with gay people and stuff like that, but it's just like, this dude right here, he's like promoting like homosexuality and stuff like that. And you know how some of these cats, people who claim to listen to Young Money, they like to follow everything that they do, like, to the point where it gets like highly annoying and stuff like that. Like, and now this guy, he's talking about like male twerking and stuff like that. It's already bad enough that some of these so-called straight guys are doing the nay-nay dance or whatever the fuck that dance is called. And it just comes to me showing, it just like proves the fact that record labels will just sign anybody these days. It's not even that funny no more. Like, they'll just sign anybody because it's all for the money and stuff like that. Like, they just do it because it's all for the money and stuff. And to the point, like, and it doesn't surprise me that Lil Wayne signs a dude like that. Like, this dude has a song called "Throw That Boy Pussy." That should tell you something right there. It's like I said before, I've been trying to avoid this for weeks. I mean, not for weeks, like for days. But like, this hasn't been bothering my mind and stuff like that. And now you're gonna have all these cats over here talking about twerking and all that bullshit. I mean, all these guys over here talking about twerking, yet they call themselves straight guys. Like I said before, I don't have a problem with gay people. Some of my favorite like musicians are gay. I mean, like Freddie Mercury, Elton John, you know, things of that nature. So I don't want to hear all that comments saying that, oh, you don't like homosexuality, so stuff like that. I'm just not supporting this bullshit that I'm reading right here. This bullshit, like, for that pussy, that boy pussy, whatever the fuck that shit's called. Alright, next subject. It's like people, like friends criticizing other friends' relationships. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Like I said, friends criticizing other friends' relationships. This shit has been like, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. See, I'm gonna give you guys a scenario right quick. Let's say there's
every mother of earth.
Some smooth stuff right quick. Alright, so sorry about that. That's Rick James' "Summer Love" playing in the background off that Garden of Love album, classic album, in my opinion, out of print. But back to the subject. Let's have this scenario. Say these two girlfriends, right? I mean, not like best friends. See, one friend has been going out with this guy for like years and stuff like that, and they have a solid relationship. Yet the girl's best friend is always criticizing the relationship and stuff like that, saying that, oh, he's no good, da 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 da. And it gets to the point where like everything, like she's like secretly she's jealous of the happiness that her friend has. And I know like some of you might say, oh, that she's looking out for her or stuff like that, but if he doesn't do any bad thing to her, then why are you always on the next saying, oh, the relationship's gonna be bad and stuff like that? So in my opinion, that's like hating right there. That's like pure jealousy. Because like this is like this friend I know and stuff like that, and he's been going out with this girl for about a couple months and stuff like that. Yet this girl, she's like saying stuff like, oh, he cheated on her or she cheated on him or stuff like that. And like all of a sudden, like she's just poking her nose in business that like it's not even hers in the first place. And I'm sitting there looking at myself like, that's a good couple right there. Yeah, why is she like always trying to bring them down? Because like, one, I probably think that she likes him, or two, that's just pure jealousy in her part. So it's just, I don't know, it just got in my mind a couple of days ago and stuff like that. And you know what else I don't like though? They're gonna be the ones, the jealous friends are gonna be the ones that saying like, I didn't know why you broke up or stuff like that. I thought y'all were a good couple. No. The reason why they broke up is because the jealous friend kept on poking her nose in business that wasn't even hers. And that's why she felt insecure about the relationship and she had to quit it. If you guys get what I'm saying. Alright, I just thought I'd just throw it out there, like, if you have a relationship, don't listen to what people have to say all the time. Just do you, and you'll be fine. Next topic is sample clearances. This is what sometimes sample clearances gets on my nerves sometimes, you know. Like, I mean, this has been like a recurring topic in many, like, in hip hop for like a minute, and it gets to a point where like these cats, like these like older musicians are suing each other for dump. I mean, they're suing each other for like samples that like are 20 years old or things of that nature. For example, I was just recently I was reading up on, I was on Hip Hop DX, I think like 2 weeks ago. I was reading something about soul musician from that group. I think the Impressions. Hold on. Yeah, I think from the Impressions. There's someone like Big Notorious B.I.G.'s estate over a sample that he used on the Ready to Die album. Okay, let's do the math right quick. The Soul Song was released sometime like in I think 1974 from what I read. 20 years later, at 20, Notorious B.I.G. dropped Ready to Die, hip hop classic, major success, 1994. And now, all of a sudden, in 2014, you all of a sudden want to sue Notorious B.I.G., his state, and stuff like that, over a sample that was used 20 years ago. Now you do the math, and like, for 20 years, he's telling me that you didn't have the balls to sample. I mean, 20 years he had the balls to come out and speak now, and Notorious B.I.G. is dead, and you want to sue his estate? I mean, like, really though? I mean, it's not just that. It's just the fact that some of these musicians that I respect, I love soul music, but I respect some like people who wanna like get credit for like when it's due, but like the thing that bothers me is that sometimes they wait like for years just to come out and say, oh, that's a sample, I'm suing you for that. Like, for example, I was reading a couple years ago, some musicians sued leaders of the new school over a sample that they used, like, which was on their 1991 album, a feature without no past, something like that. And they said that, oh, we're going to get the album off the shelves, when that album has been out of print for years. I mean, it's hard to come by now. And so it was kind of like, really though. And then I think another thing happened when, like, something I read up was when Ghostface, Ghostface was sued over, like, because he used like a cartoon sample on his Iron Man album. I think it was a skit or something like that, and that was like on a skit, and that was on a skit. That was on no song. It's kind of stupid though, really. And I was also reading up on, because sampling has been a huge part of hip hop, like, people have been sampling like James Brown beats and stuff like that, George Clinton, like Parliament and Funkadelic, the whole P-Funk junk. What else? People have been sampling like musicians, and if you think about it though, like James Brown and like Parliament and Funkadelic had huge fan bases like in the 80s and 90s, all because of hip hop. And it's kind of like this though, because people like forget though that James Brown's like career was waning after a while, and when he came out with that song Unity with African Bambaataa, that like put him back in the forefront, because people been sampling his record and stuff like that. But all that changed like back in 1989 when Gilbert O'Sullivan sued Biz Markie over a sample. I mean, I just believe he, like, from what I heard, Biz Markie sang the chorus and stuff like that. And like that changed everything, because now people have to get passed for samples and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, really though. It's kind of like, really though, and it's like, are you? And another landmark sample case I was reading up is when the Turtles sued De La Soul and stuff like that, because I think De La Soul used like a 12-second like sample from the Turtles or stuff like that off their 1989 album, and it was like only for like 12 seconds. It's not like for the whole song. I mean, I understand though, like, people don't like when, I understand how people are kind of accused that as stealing though, but hip hop has been known for sampling and stuff like that. It's not just hip hop, but R&B too. And the crazy thing about it is, the same people that says that they don't like sampling are the same people that love it when Elvis covers black people, like covers like R&B songs. I'm not trying to diss Elvis though. I'm just saying in general how hypocrite that can be though, because cover music is just like sampling today in a way though, because people back in like white musicians, they used to cover African American musicians' music, like Rolling Stones. Although I'm not trying to diss Rolling Stones, but most of the earliest recordings were like covers of musicians like, I think, Solomon Burke, people like that. Yet people be like, oh, that's just creative and stuff like that. So you telling me that covering is more creative than sampling? My idea, covering and sampling, is just like paying homage to the older generation, stuff like that. And have these like greedy motherfuckers sue you, it just takes the spirit away from the music. And I understand how people are like, some music are just broke these days, but don't always, I'm just saying, don't always try to go for the quick buck and stuff like that. Don't always try to be hypocrites and sampling. That's all I'm trying to say though. And my last topic I'm gonna do is Prince re-signing to Warner Brothers Records and stuff like that. You guys should know that I'm a huge fan of Prince and stuff like that. I love like a lot of his music, and from what I heard, I was really surprised when he actually signed back to Warner Brothers Records and stuff like that, you know, cause like whenever I think of Prince, I always think of like this. He seems like always think about this like one man kind of show, this bold character. Even back in the '80s when he was signed to Warner Brothers, he was kind of like an like, you know, you guys know what I mean though. And like, you know, and you guys should know that Prince left Warner Brothers Records. He was independent for a while, you know, dropped albums like The Gold Experience, Emancipation, things of that nature. And like excuse me. And like, you know what I think though? As much, I kind of think that it's kind of a good idea, but at the same time, I'll be skeptical about it. You know, it's a good idea because he got his masters back. He's working on a remastered version of like Purple Rain and stuff like that, and like other of his albums. I hope they re-release Dirty Mind, to be honest. And I think it's like a really good idea, but I would kind of be skeptical about it though, because some of these record labels, you know, they're always trying to cheat you out money and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to like diss Prince, I'm just saying in general though, because businesses can be business, you know. They're gonna like take money away from you. They're gonna say, oh, that's the way business works, and that's kind of right though. You just gotta read the dotted lines and stuff like that, and watch the people who you sign with though. But I think like Prince knows what he's doing though. You know, it's Prince. He's been in the games long enough. And that's all the time I have. Thank you for watching. Peace.